Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ben Wheeler, local real estate agent in Northwest Wisconsin. And today we are chatting with Joshua Smith. He is an awesome team leader, agent with the Wolfpack and EXP Realty in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And he has moved over 7,000 properties. That's incredible. What habits between from when you started to now, what's kind of your top 5 things that you do every day or every week?
Yeah. So the first thing is the ability to show up. If I have one superpower, because I'm a college dropout, I don't look at myself as somebody super smart. I've never taken IQ tests, have no idea what it is. I don't really care, but I'm guessing it's not super high. But if I have a superpower, it's showing up every single day, no matter what, no matter how I feel, whether I'm motivated, excited, down, depressed, feeling like crap, that ability to show up. When I first started, I used to think that those at the top, your top 1%ers, our industry had some special genetic code. They were just made. They were just built different, they had something innate to them. But then I quickly realized from, not just becoming a top producer, but spending time with all the top producers and then eventually becoming one of the top in the world at what I do, that couldn't be further from the truth. But it's God does not reserve problems for a select few. We all are going to experience them. Those of us that have created big success, it's we've experienced all the problems. We've experienced all that stuff. Everybody's going to experience their own personal, shit storms, if you will. They just don't quit. They just don't give up. They keep showing up and keep pushing through, and they learn through those tough lessons. So number one is, making sure to show up. Number two, because I get asked quite frequently, because I did 40 deals my first year, 102 my second year, then just over 300 my third year, and kept scaling really fast. And I get asked all the time, how did you pull that off? How did you do that? And it was two things. Number one, I had the burning desire to succeed. I was so sick and tired of just kind of being a loser, being broke. I wanted to make something of myself, make something of my life. So I was willing to, put in 7 days a week, 15, 16, 17, whatever it took, I was willing to do it.
Sure.
But then from there, I knew that I was hey man, 23 years old, always been a W-2 employee. Yeah, I know some things about sales, but I have very little life experience, rather business, let alone business experience. So I identified, the number one biggest badass in my market and figured out a way to go join his brokerage, so I could be mentored by the person that had the success that I wanted to go out there and end up eventually creating. So I had the right mentor that gave me the blueprint. It's hey, Josh, just go do this. I got my first deal under contract within 4 days, 12 deals under contract within my first 3 months. But it's dude, I had the blueprint, so I didn't have to guess. But then the blueprint alone isn't enough. You got to have that burning desire to succeed and that ability to show up. So I'd say, those two things are probably the most important is, whatever you got to do, you got to tap into, why you want this, what you want, why you want it, why it's important to you. If you don't have that burning desire to succeed, you're not going to succeed. It just isn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. The pain of not accomplishing the thing, even the thought of not accomplishing what you want to accomplish, that pain must be more painful than the pain of the work that you're going to have to go through. It's just all of this is pain, dude. Every day, I got to do crap every single day I don't want to do. It's, there's parts of it I enjoy, but there's a lot of crap more than not that I don't enjoy that I got to show up and do every single day. I think people discount that. They don't put enough time and attention to that. And I think it's extremely important.
Doing the stuff you don't want to do are probably some of the most important things to actually do.
Yeah, and it's just dealing in realities, man. So,
right.
The number one worst unhealthy addiction that exists out there is comfort, the addiction to comfort. And so many people are so addicted to comfort, they'll do everything they can to avoid anything outside their comfort zone. And this might be a morbid way of looking at or sound weird to others, but I look at this and do life is pain. You're going to experience pain no matter what.
Yep.
An example, I experienced pain being morbidly obese, almost 300 pounds at 5'10". That was pain. But then, I also experienced pain to get in the best shape of my life. They both were pain. I just had to pick and choose which pain would I rather experience, where I have to go through the pain of, eating, being very strict with my diet and eating 2 chicken breasts and broccoli versus double bacon cheeseburger and the pains of the workout. But then, now I'm ecstatic with my body. I have my health. I have all the things. Which pain would I rather go through? So in real estate, it's something. You want to go through the pain of being broke, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck for your whole entire career, which is what the vast majority of our industry does. They just figure out how to repeat the same mediocre year for 30 years straight, and they're not able to retire. In this industry, that's 98% of this industry, man. So you can either experience that pain or the pain showing up every day, executing at a high level, grinding your ass off. So then, you can, live an easier life in other ways. So you just got to pick and choose the pain.
Sure. I like that. Pick the pain. That's a good one. Keep that.